first order of business to get into is the Dallas Cowboys. I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised. You see, I knew what was going to happen. And the reason why I'm laughing and I'm smiling and all of this other stuff, because I set y'all up. I set y'all up. Y'all didn't see it coming. But I said all of those Cowboy fans, just sorry, nauseating, get on my last damn nerve. Cowboy fans, I set all of y'all up. Because I knew what was going to happen, okay? The Cowboys and their lackluster performance against the Buffalo Bills, losing 31-10 and snapping their 5-game winning streak. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Dak Prescott threw for only 134 yards with no touchdowns and 1 interception. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. How about Tony Pollard rushing for only 52 yards and 0 touchdowns? And the Cowboys gaining a season low, 195 yards of total offense. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Now, I didn't know that some dude named James Cook alone would have 221 yards from scrimmage. I didn't know that. That I did not know. But you know something? I got to get up just because this is necessary. Because I got to look y'all in the camera and I got to say this to y'all in y'all face. It was a setup. You see, here's what happened. This is the strategy. When you bloviate about the Dallas Cowboys and you elevate their stature, when you do that, the pressure mounts. Because not only are you America's team, playing in that billion-dollar playpen, known as Jerry World, with the star on the helmet, being worth $9 billion as a franchise when everybody else is worth $5 billion as a franchise. With all of that stuff going on, the allure, the star attraction, the star on your helmet, 100,000 people packed into the stadium, the tailgate parties that probably pack another 20,000. With all of that stuff going on, people, the minute the doors open, stampeding over one another just to get a seat. All of that stuff's going on. It builds expectations. And they can't handle it. I knew it. When DeMarcus Lawrence was talking smack after they beat the Philadelphia Eagles, we're going to stomp you again. We're going to stomp you again. We're going to stomp you again. Well, they got stomped the very next game. Dak Prescott wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault. The defense was getting ran over. Literally. Literally. This is what happens. This is what it is. Cook alone, 221 yards from scrimmage. I tried to tell y'all that. Josh Allen only completed 7 passes. Only threw the ball 15 times. What happened? Look at this right here. Come on over here, Scott. That's my jib operator. Go right here. Zoom it in. I want it 3D'd for that audience out there. 3D it. Okay? Look at that. Total yards, yards per play, pass yards, rush yards, first downs, doubled up on first downs. Okay? I tried to tell you. You see, what happens is, here's how it works. When the Dallas Cowboys have no expectations, they adopt that bunker mentality, devoid of pressure, and they're like, hey, let's go after it. When you got to throw the football instead of running it down their throats, they all right with that. But the minute you ground and pound, the minute you run it down their throats, the minute you attack Micah Parsons, that stud, I love him to death. Very few people, if anybody, can get at a pass rusher the way that he, the way that he can. I get all of that. But when you run the football at them, they look quite ordinary. And as a result, you see this picture right here? You see all of those Buffalo Bills all over the place, and look at poor Dak Prescott in the middle, getting squashed like a pancake. You see what happened? I told you it was going to happen, and sure enough, it did. Now, understand what this all means. The Dallas Cowboys won't win the NFC East, which means they'll have to go on the road come playoff time. I don't know if you know this little stat, so I'm going to give it to you. Guess how many wins the Dallas Cowboys have on the road in the playoffs in the last 30 years. 1! Just 1. Last year against Tampa Bay. Look at their remaining schedule right there. You checking it out? Are you seeing it right there? Are you seeing it? They play the Dolphins on the road. That means they got to go to South Beach the night before. Keep that in mind. They play the Detroit Lions at home. They got a running game. Keep that in mind. And then they're on the road in the nation's capital. That's a win. The Dallas Cowboys, in all likelihood, have conceded the NFC division, the NFC East division, to the Philadelphia Eagles, assuming they don't nosedive. I'm sorry. They just never let me down, y'all. They just let me down.